in this question, they tell us a bunch of information. They tell us the sum of the first 15 terms is 93.75. They tell us each term, the common difference is 0.75. And they tell us the 15th term is 11.5. And we want to find what are the first three in this series. Okay. So first it seems like, oh, I've got lots of information and I don't know where to start. Well, you could, if you wanted to do this the slowest way, we know that term 15 is 11.5. Can you see that you could just keep subtracting and find all 14 before that? Then you would have 1, 2, and 3. That method would work, but it would take a long time. Sometimes we can use a formula to make things happen faster. We have 3 formulas so far. And actually for this question, all 3 of the formulas would work for you. But since I was given a sum and I was given the last term, right, because we know the last term of the sum is term 15, makes me think I want to try using this formula. The formula that uses the first term and the last term divided by 2, because I really want to find this first term. In that formula, do you know everything else? Do we know the sum of the first 15? Yes. Do we know n? Well, if we're doing 15, then n is 15. Do we know term 15? Yes. So I have everything in this formula. I can plug in, instead of Sn, I can plug in 93.75, because that's the sum of the first 15. N is 15. I want to find term 1, right? That's what I want to find. I know term 15 was 11.5, and that's all divided by 2. And now it becomes an algebra rearranging. Can I get that term 1 by itself? What's the opposite of dividing by 2? I would probably multiply both sides by 2 to start with. That would simplify and get rid of that dividing by 2. 93.75 times 2 is 187.5. And we want to solve for term 1. You have actually a couple of options here. You could either distribute the 15, or you could divide both sides by the 15. If we divide both sides by the 15 right here, divide by 15, divide by 15, these 15s will simplify, and I will get 12.5 equals term 1 plus 11.5, and if I subtract the 11.5 on the other side, I get my term 1 is 1. Since your common difference is 0.75, we can write the first 3 terms. Term 1 is 1. Term 2 would be 1.75. Term 3 would be 2.5. But the question asked for the first 3 terms in the series, so since a series means adding, we would write our answer like this. So if you have a formula where you know everything except for one thing, then you can use your algebra skills to solve for the one thing that's missing. And in this case, we knew everything except for term 1, so that means that we could solve it. So circle the questions 7, 10, 15, and 16, and again, I'm going to put a star by 16. 16 is a bit of a challenge.